Hey Steve, I've actually been wanting to talk to you about this for a while. It might sound a bit heavy, or honestly, kind of up and what you think you know. That blogger you forwarded, touring China, marveling at the 350 kilometers high speed trains, mobile payments everywhere with no cash needed, and skyscrapers lit up so bright they're almost blinding. You probably think this place is incredibly modern, dripping with high tech, right? As a Chinese person, I have to tell you some truths. Many people don't dare to speak up. You know how it is in an environment like this. The price of speaking the truth can range from a prison sentence to your whole life being over. But I have to say it because real friendship has to be built on honesty. Behind the prosperity shown in those big name bloggers' videos lies a world you can't even begin to imagine. All you have to do is walk into the urban villages of any first-tier city, the kind of suffocating, densely packed slums. Yes, the very mega cities you always hear about have these hidden urban villages tucked inside them. And in the pitch black alleys there at night, a reality unfolds that's completely beyond anything you'd expect. The lighting there is dim, standing in the dark alleys between the handshake buildings. Apartment blocks built so close together you could practically shake hands from window to window. Are women, mostly around 30. They wear makeup and extremely revealing clothes. Standing on street corners, the price is 100 to 150 RMB a time. Converted to dollars, that's about 15. These women, for all kinds of reasons, are forced to make a living this way. There's no warmth in these transactions, no build-up at all. The time is precisely controlled, 10 to 15 minutes. It's pure high-frequency mechanical labor. Everything here becomes a disposable commodity, like toilet paper, used once and thrown away. But that's not even the most frightening part. What's truly hopeless is the gray food chain sitting right above this group. You probably know China has one of the world's most advanced surveillance and facial recognition systems, Skynet. Step out on the street and so much as run a red light, and the system can identify you and slap you with a real name fine within seconds. And yet, the bitter irony is this: in the alleys of these urban villages, this same group walks past those cameras countless times a day, and the system somehow goes blind. The truth is, the authorities aren't unable to catch them. They treat them as a captive, caged ATM. For this group, getting caught by law enforcement is a waking nightmare. You'd think they'd be sent off for a proper trial. No. What awaits them is a massive ransom, a so-called fine of 20 zlotys into 30,000 RMB. Just think about a woman who makes 100 RMB a session. How is she supposed to come up with that? What's even darker is that this huge sum never goes anywhere near an official public treasury account. It gets quietly carved up internally, becoming the daily spending money for new cars, high-end venues, a luxury lifestyle. And this creates a horrifying vicious cycle. She borrows money to pay the ransom, and once she's released, she has to solicit even more business at an even higher frequency just to pay that debt back down. Some well-connected brokers figured out the rules of this game a long time ago. They pay protection fees to law enforcement on a regular schedule. And this tribute isn't just stacks of cash, it includes other bribes, too. Whenever a new pretty girl shows up, the broker wastes no time sending her straight to certain officials' beds, letting them sample all kinds of new thrills in luxury hotels. But it gets worse than that. The foreigners who come to China only ever see a handful of first-tier cities. But beneath this layer of hell lies an even deeper darkness. The small cities, counties, and towns that make up 80% of China's land. In those places, the price for this same group drops to just 20 RMB a time, about 3. They don't have the handshake buildings of the big cities. Most of them gather in small parks and plazas in county towns to drum up business, and they're typically around 45 years old. China's economy is an extreme pyramid. The upper class is rich beyond imagining, while ordinary people at the bottom struggle just to put food on the table. When every normal path to survival has been completely sealed off by the system, the only thing left for them is sheer instinct, clinging on just barely. And their customers are just the same, people the times have ruthlessly cast aside. Day laborers doing back-breaking work on nearby construction sites, and old men with not a single coin left in their pockets. On a good day, she might get 2 customers. That handful of RMB is her cheap noodle money for the coming week. On a bad day, She can't even afford a bowl of hot noodles. All she can do is stand in the freezing night wind, staring blankly at the empty street. Having told you all this, I honestly don't want to ruin your beautiful picture of traveling in China. You're very smart and very kind. But I have to tell you the truth, so that on your upcoming trip, you'll carry a few questions with you and actually look, why is it that in a country of 1.4 billion people, in those gleaming high-speed rail stations and bustling downtown districts, you can't spot a single beggar? Why is it that when you want to travel freely to Xinjiang or Tibet, the government clamps down hard, checkpoint after checkpoint? Why is it that when you want to travel out to the vast counties and countryside, local hotels keep finding excuses to turn you away? Why is it that after half a month traveling around China, you won't see a single protest, not even one act of standing up for your rights, anywhere on the street? I can go into all of this with you another time. That's a separate conversation. From the very first day you set foot in China, there's a pair of eyes watching you from the shadows. Of course, you'll also enjoy some pretty serious privileges in return. For instance, if you lose your phone or your bike, the government will throw enormous administrative resources at getting it back for you. You said you wanted to come visit me. Honestly, what I feel inside is a mix of real joy and a thread of fear. Looking forward to talking more in depth next time.